Good evening and welcome to Side21 and tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. If this is your first time catching us on this series, this is our evil campaign. Our players are not playing the good guys this time around. And on that note, let's go ahead and introduce the players for this evening.
My name is Jason. I'm playing Shetic, your Fey-touched wizard necromancer.
I'm Brayden. I'm playing Damian Grimbane, the damn pure fighter.
Hi, I'm Aaron Hammontre, and I'm playing Bojack Horse Puncher, a dwarf barbarian.
I'm Jaco, and I'm playing Timber 2, the Tabaxi Ranger turned rogue.
My name's Hunter Douglas, and I'm playing Bonecaller, the reborn warlock.
All right, if you don't get a chance to catch us live, head over to the YouTube at Side21 TV. You can catch all our VODs there. You can also catch up with us on social media. We are at Side21 TV on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can also join our Discord server, post pictures of your pets, post some recipes, talk about the campaign, let us know what you like, let us know what you want to see more of. And on that note, I think that concludes our announcement, so let's go ahead and jump in to tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Where last we left off, waking up back in going to sleep back in the Sanctum Spire after a very eventful evening of arson, murder, and robbery, Elliot was contacted by Lolth, the goddess of the drow, the queen of spiders, and it was revealed to him that Merkel was not his true patron. There was an element of betrayal and deceit occurring between Lolth and Merkel that Elliot appears to be a part of. He learned his name is not Elliot, but Vorn Lokar, a servant of Lolth who lost his life in the Underdark over 1,000 years prior. Waking up after a long rest, you made a plan only to find the city of High Moon a bit different of a place after exiting the Sanctum. A notice was posted telling you the gates were closed. People on the street should only be out for official business after a string of suspicious events. The document didn't go into detail about what events they know about, what they may not know about yet. However, it was signed by both Captain Victor Wolfshaven as well as the Duke of High Moon, Phineas Relegad. Vorn, Timber, and Shetic made their way south into the Moon Garden, only to find it swarming with guards. And after Vorn stepped on a stick, having a hard time seeing, finding his eyes quite a bit more sensitive to bright light and sunlight, alerted the guards, who fanned out throughout the garden, and only through the aid of invisibility and misty steps and the cunning stealth of the tabaxi of the party were you able to make your way back to where you started the day. The other two, Bojack and Damian, began to make their way along the north wall behind what appear to be city administration buildings, successfully stealthing to the other side of Castle High Moon and peeking out, seeing essentially guards everywhere, including one very decorated individual leading a what could only be, considered a regiment of guards. And that is where we're going to pick up. We'll start with the three of you coming out of the Moon Garden. Invisible, Misty Step, Cat. Find yourselves back in this northeastern corner. You are behind some boxes, feet away from the edge of this garden. What are you doing?
I go ahead and drop the. I don't know if I remember if I did, but I'm dropped my invisibility that I had on me.
I'm pulling out my Fortune's Favor scroll and using it on myself.
Okay.
Well,
Is
this
that
is
the
fucking-
Dunamancy?
I believe so. I'm part. It's just from the next hour, any roll I can choose to roll 2 d20s and take the highest.
So saitheth the Lord. What else?
I was like, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, you guys just left me. Y'all dipped out on me.
I don't remember it that way.
I do.
I look at him and I just say, you being alive isn't really necessarily what I need to keep myself alive.
All right,
So-
that's fair. That's fair.
Kind of had to go.
All right, well, I say we just walk out on the street, see what happens, talk to some people,
We're supposed to be here.
because you weren't letting me shoot my arrow, so let's do it your way.
All right, let's make our way to the temple. Start
We're gonna start making our way downtown.
yeah.
Walking fast though.
Well,
Nah,
we'll just walk
Medium.
normal.
normal. Yeah.
I got my hood kind of up. I'm still in the normal elven merchant
Yeah.
kind of vibe clothes.
That doesn't look sketchy.
Yeah, I'm just some less creepy looking dude. I got my hood down.
I do one of the lick on my fix my hair real quick.
Well, let's go. Good luck.
Good luck.
And start walking down towards the Temple of Mithrian's Wrath.
As you guys make your way onto the street here and begin walking, you don't see anybody else doing what you're doing, and walking. That is, and you make your way down you get about 30 feet down the street here before you hear a guard from the other side of the fence here in the Moon Garden. Said, "You three, stop!
I'm gonna
Wait there." And he begins to make his way towards the entrance of the Moon Garden. What are you doing?
As he walks up, before he like kind of gets closer, I'm gonna just whisper to myself a little small incantation and cast guidance for charisma on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And stop. Wait for him. Is there
Alright,
something wrong?
Yeah.
He's making his way down towards the entrance where 3 more city guard join him, and the 4 of them move to stand right in front of you guys. And the one that initially stopped you steps forward and says, "Have you not seen the notices? What are you doing? Who are you? Identify yourselves immediately."
I'm sorry. I don't know what notices.
Where are you coming from?
The tavern on the other side. A tavern on the other side of this city. We're just on our way to the temple for worship.
Make a deception check.
Oh my gosh! Please.
That was
please,
great.
Very convincing.
please.
I'm
For
sold.
.. worship? Question mark. Do I? Okay, no. Okay. With a D4. 23, 4, 27.
Nice.
He
Damn.
looks down at you, turns back, and looks at his comrades behind him and says, "The temples are closed today. Nobody's to be on the street except for official business, and worship does not qualify. I suggest you turn around, head back to the inn you started the day in, and wait for this mess to be cleared up. You could be in danger just being out here.
May I ask what happened, sir?
A number of things that don't concern you,
Okay.
unless you're telling me that they do."
I have no recollection of anything happen. I trust you I appreciate your protection. Is there
Get off the streets now.
is there anything you can assign me to make sure I don't have trouble on the way back? We didn't see any. What am I trying to say? We didn't get
What
stopped on the way here, so I.
District are you staying in?
Kind of like look down and like almost in like kind of just like try to look like a little ashamed and just kind of like murmur, "Oh, the slums, sir."
Take the north side of the castle. I don't want to see you here again.
Of course. And what was your name? So I can let another guard know you sent us back home.
Alaric Dawnforge.
Yes, sir, right away. Fellas? Just kind of like... and start making my way up to the north side.
I'm going to immediately use my telekinesis on you and say we need to get to the sewer. We need to go underground for now. Or at least meet up with Bojack and Damian.
I'll use message to reply. I think that's a good idea. I'll turn back before we get too far from the guard. Sir Dawnforge, do you know when it's going to be safe on the streets again?
You'll know.
Thank you, sir.
Good day.
I kind of like walk up maybe like 30, 40 feet away and fucking prick, like under my breath. And just kind of like speak out loud at this point. Yeah, I think the sewer may be a good place to stow. At least behind somewhere over there I can put up the sanctum again or something. I'm not sure how we're going to, like, you'll know. What is that even supposed to mean? Like, how long is it going to be like this? Kind of like walking and talking.
Where are you guys headed to right now?
We'll go up here to the north side, to the north, and then kind of like cut through the back of the castle, or towards the slums.
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose.
he said go north. Get the fuck out of here.
Just kind of look out and see if we see Damian or Bojack as well, just because we know they went this way, and they may or may not have run into some bullshit as well.
So, Damian and Bojack, you guys are standing, kind of between the wall here and the back of this building, and you do actually begin to see the three people that you could swear were going the other way, kind of headed towards you. As you're like peeking out, looking kind of left and right, you see the guards, the regiment of 8 coming down this way, and then to your right, like so this way is where the guards, and then you see the members of your party over here.
Can I like skirt behind some of these buildings and like call out to them before the regiment of 8 shows up?
If I see them, as soon as they get in 60 feet, I want to telepathically speak to Vorn.
Okay, well, we'll say you see them coming, so you guys kind of move back a little bit from this corner, like back towards like around here, and you're within 60 feet here.
Yeah, so I will telepathically speak to Vorn. I don't know what brought you this way, but you need to get behind these buildings against the wall as fast as possible. There's 2 regiments of guards up ahead of you.
I will
You can't respond.
I will message back then. And just point in the vicinity of where y'all were. We got clearance. We ran into some shit too, and we got clearance to head back to the slums by a guard. I didn't know where else to go, so that's where we're headed. Have you... Oh, cast. Message again, I guess. Have you ran into the guards yourself? And then I'll kind of like whisper over to them, Shetic and Timber. There's more guards up ahead, unfortunately.
Are they still in my line of sight?
The guards?
No.
Yeah. So you guys, this is what I'm picturing. You guys are kind of like peeking around this building, and they're like in the street out here. I mean, it would be quick work for them to join you there if that was their desire.
Okay.
I don't. Oh wait. I don't-
The guards
Go
have
ahead.
not made it to this intersection yet. You don't know if they turned down this way or what.
I will telepathically speak to him again.
You can
Hold on, I'm
reply to
getting
his
a call.
messages for free.
Oh yeah, you can, sorry. My messages you can
yeah.
reply to.
Then I will reply. Is it best if we join you? You think we've had no trouble with the gods yet?
Can we see
We've been
the
hidden.
guards up front?
No, you don't see them. They were like a street kind of up a little bit. So
Okay,
like
yeah.
you're looking at like at the end of the street, you just see the front of this building here, really.
It's hard to tell. I don't know really what's going on. Well, I know what's going on right now. But where are you?
Behind the buildings against the wall.
Then I'll say to turn to Shetic and Timber. Maybe we should join our friends behind these buildings over here and then walk as a group towards the slums. Since we have Mr. Don Forge's permission.
Isn't it a bad idea to walk in bigger groups?
That is true. I don't know. What do you think's the call?
I think us three are on our way. We have a reason to be heading the direction we're heading, and I think we just need to stick with that. If we get caught and we're suddenly a bigger group and they, maybe talk about it later and debrief about it, it might raise some suspicions. I think us three need to keep going, and Godspeed to those two.
We're all going to the same place.
Yeah, I think we stay how we are and we just rendezvous in the sewer. I have a plan, but we need to get somewhere to discuss it.
I'll send a message to Damian. Hold on, I'm on the phone. How are you at lying?
Okay.
We don't think traveling in groups is the bigger group is going to be to our benefit. Do you think you can deceive your way to the slums?
That's what's most likely or that was highly probable of having to do beforehand, so. If anything, I will watch you, and if I see an opportunity where maybe you are in conversation and distract the gods, I will try and sneak past. But I will me and Bojack will make our own way.
Good luck. And keep walking.
All right. As the three of you make your way along the northern edge of High Moon, I want one of you to roll a d20.
Got it.
I'll roll it, sure.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
You got it. Let's go,
You got
baby.
it.
Big roll, or small, depending.
Get dead, just get 10. Dead
I'm
center.
not 20.
Oh my god.
That might be not. I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad?
The three of you, not 20 can never be bad. The three of you make your way along the northern edge of the wall here, and you pass some cross streets and you see groups of guards moving the opposite direction a couple times, but you are actually able to make your way behind the Rancid Rat Inn and Tavern, which appears to be closed, and into a very familiar little garden area above the sewer grate. So let's jump over to Bojack and Damian. I'd like one of you to roll a d20, please.
Come on.
All right, I'll do it.
Your play. All right, go
That's
for
20,
it.
that's 20, let's go.
Hey, get him.
Baby.
Let's fucking go, not 20.
No way. No
Yes.
motherfucking way. So what happens here is the two of you, you kind of have a plan. We're going to, stealth behind. We'll see if there is a regiment, hopefully Vorn and company can speak with them, and maybe we can move in those moments while there's some distraction. And you follow close enough with them, not close, but close enough that you have a similar timing with the heavy patrols, and the five of you rendezvous behind the Rancid Rat
Let's go.
above the sewer.
Needed
Two
that.
natural 20s. Holy shit.
Holy
holy
shit,
shit is
needed
right.
that.
Sick. Good job. We've been practicing.
Those
Sorry,
hours,
that's a
those hours of rolling alone in my room have paid off.
They really have.
All right.
We get back behind the Rancid Rat. I immediately turn to Bojack, give him a slap on the back, and that is the most quiet I have ever seen you be.
I just arm pump. I'm still just trying to be quiet. I just give a big old flex.
There's at least a couple battle rolls in that process.
Let's get deeper in the sewers before we start celebrating. And I immediately just start heading back towards where I know, we get to our little exit.
Yeah,
hole.
and we'll say you guys, make your way back to where the grate is. You silently, on these double 20s, pull the grate off. You guys descend the somewhat familiar ladder to many of you
I'll use
into.
my spider climbing to walk on the ceiling and close the gate back behind us.
And I just got the image of the meme in my head of the Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Yeah.
You guys make your way back down, and you're now in this long sewer tunnel. You can see about 20 or 30 feet down where that illusory wall is that is not a true wall, and you can see that there is another tunnel that you saw before heading back east towards the largest part of the city.
I wonder where this other tunnel goes, or could let out at.
Potentially the mines. There's the one that is now a guard tower that I was attempting to visit, and another larger one from what I read underneath the heart of the city.
Well, I truly hate to get lost down here. Should we
Let's do it.
get lost down here?
Yeah, let's go down this tunnel.
Should
me
we, or
and
should we
Bojack
make our way
still
outside of the city?
I think we all need to reevaluate what's happening here. I'm all for, we can just headlong, go into some shit and see what happens, but I think there's a lot of new information that we now know about our situation.
The three of you guys who did the robbery or the murder are remembering specifically Damian kicking over that brazier on the bottom floor and really reflecting on, consequences.
I thought only Bojack knew about that.
He talks in his sleep a lot, so.
Yeah, you specifically didn't tell me about that.
And he
because I
sleeps in the
wanted to do
fucking
it.
floor in the
Because
foyer.
Bojack went out right before me and saw it, so I told him like this stays between us. Shetic cannot
I
know.
was saying,
Yeah.
I was pretty sure I didn't say anything either. So
Yeah, so I
Bojack,
no
you're
idea.
thinking hard about it.
I'm just like, I keep looking up at Damian and looking down at my feet, and looking up at Damian and looking down at my feet, just like.
I give him a look of like, keep your mouth shut.
Vaughn. He said we'll know when things are back to normal. And knowing what I know about the things that all of us have directly, indirectly, whatever, have done, I have a feeling justice to whoever gets caught for this is going to be brought very swiftly and very publicly. What if
I'm on the ceiling still, just looking around.
What if we go get our sand as best we can? Maybe not all of us. We come back here, we take a rest, and tomorrow you use that steaming spell you used today, which I don't know why you haven't used that before. That is awesome. But maybe we disguise ourselves as some people that we've seen around the city. And the next round of ultraviolence is very seen and very public as these people. The guards maybe arrest them and make it very public, very swift. They think the problem is solved and we can continue.
Hey, I like that idea. We can use those bastards from the Rancid Rat. They both just vanished after all.
That shine in my eye is just back again. I say, I was exactly thinking someone from the slums.
I like the premise. The challenge would be not getting immediately caught.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Elzarina. You've seen Bram Ironfoot.
And Rick
You've
the dwarf.
seen Leora Nightshade, who is the tiefling that runs the Cornered Kitten, and you killed Mira Thornwhistle.
And Diana, the barkeep at the Cornered Kitten.
And maybe we spend some time in a tavern and try to find some people that look the type.
Hey, that's not a... I just had another brilliant idea. If there's supposed to be fancy people who go to that Cornered Kitten for a little debauchery, we can always use them, and if they're like politicians, it's even bigger. Stupid blokes wouldn't see it coming.
Another option could be you use that handy spell you have, Shetic, that you casted on Cubert a few times.
The one that turned people into zombies?
Not that one.
Kind of.
And maybe make somebody do something so we can be a little bit less involved. Maybe
That's not
somebody from the slums random commits a little extra arson in public with the guards watching.
No, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do anything that would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies. So really, I can just make them like do simple stuff for me.
Like light a
Since
building
when
on
is a
fire in
building
front of
your
guards.
ally?
A building.
Yeah, I mean, if they're lighting a building on fire, well, since, like, I've never owned a building that's an ally, it's an ode.
I think the
I've seen-
keywords of this are going to be the... Oh, wait. God damn it.
The keywords-
Again, it's just a legacy.
The keywords to me are they would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies. Like lighting a building on fire, I feel like is a pretty direct path to dealing damage to people.
I mean, not their own building.
What if
How
it's a
about, like,
building
burn down
that happens
something
to be
else?
abandoned and I kind of just gesture up towards like the rancid rat that's above us?
I think in this case, like, damage extends beyond. It's more like the, this is going to do damage to their life.
Got you. Yeah. It's more of like remedial task rather than like do this violent thing.
And to be honest, something of this caliber, I could potentially trick someone some way, somehow, and the gods and Mithra and all her magic into doing something like that, but end of the day, we're the experts, and I feel like we do something big in public, but we have to be careful about it. We certainly can't get caught. We just have to be seen.
How much honey did you have on you?
I'm probably just about out. I mean, I didn't have like a big jar of it.
Few doses.
Yeah.
About a sheet.
Yeah.
That's a downside to the DM looking up spells. Like, wait a minute. You have honey in your inventory right now?
I do, actually.
Hell yeah. Good.
Well, for now, should we make our way to the shipyard, or you want to explore this other way? I assume this other way just goes throughout the city, which could get a little tangled.
I'm thinking maybe even though it's just outside the city, it's probably best not all of us go. If 5 people suddenly show up out of the woods and are seen, they're going to wonder where we came from, and we don't need them poking around at our only exit we have right now.
But I mean, we apparently can't be seen from the city to the tunnel, right? So why not just go for it? 5 losers walking out of the wilds into the town doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Because if they come walking up here, if we can find it, they can find it.
I don't know, that guard that I spoke to was pretty fucking stupid.
I mean, there, above table, like, there's the invisible wall. I would say you guys don't really have any reason to believe the exit, because it is a couple miles. There's an invisible barrier, or like a false wall, that only.
And
Okay.
the stump entrance was like kind of in the middle of the woods too, and we didn't see any guards around there. So unless like the heightened thing.
I mean, maybe if we walk a little bit west into the woods and then back down to where we need to be towards the coast.
Oh, I had another brilliant idea. We could just go attack the guard tower. If we couldn't get into those stupid mines normally, if we attack them, maybe they'll send a large enough force we can draw people out of the city.
I'm sure we'll get you your blood shed in time, small one.
Yeah, I think drawing people out of the city is great. People out of the city towards us, not so much.
Here's what I propose. Let's go towards the stump entrance. Make our way towards the city from that entrance. And play it by ear. See if there's guards around, we can reconvene. If not, we can try to make our way towards the shipyard. Damian, do you recall how much patrol was outside of the city when you went? 'Cause it seems like there's a whole lot inside of the city right now.
Okay, so I'm upside down, so I'm looking up at him. There was no guards that I ran into up until the guard tower. Killing the spider brought noise, and I overheard them coming to check it out, so I ran out towards them, pleading an innocent victim attacked by monsters, and they escorted me back. But up until that point, I was on my own the entire way.
Innocent victim, that doesn't seem like you.
Well, they bought it. That's what matters.
I mean, if he was attacked by a giant spider, think of what it would have done to you. You couldn't understand the word until like 2 days ago.
This morning.
Elliot,
Shakes my
I'll
head.
say you don't it didn't have any effect on you, but like you're not like stoked that Damian killed this spider.
Well, I'm sure.
I mean, like, you get it, but like,
yeah. Just think to myself, like, I'm sure it was just protecting its environment and its.
I'd
its
say
loved
even
ones.
beyond that, you have the sense that had you been there in your current state,
It may
that
have gone a
fight
little
might not
different.
have even happened.
Interesting. Well, shall we go toward the woods? Are there any other plans? Timber, what do you think?
I'm good. Whatever you were doing.
We're going to have a beach
For
day.
sure.
He's like,
I
I wanted to
feel-
shoot my bow, and you didn't fucking let me.
I know it.
So there goes my fucking
Beach
idea.
I was
episode.
trying to get stuff done. Now we're in the sewers once again.
It's rough out there.
How many times have we been back here now?
Well,
Three.
Damn
let's
sewers.
at least try to have some kind of productivity for the day. If we can't mosey around the city, maybe we can mosey around
Yeah.
outside of it.
Am I the only
Let's
one
go take
intrigued by
over the
where this other-
shipyard.
Do what?
What'd you say,
I did-
Damian?
Am I the only one intrigued by where this other tunnel leads to?
I wanted to go downtown. Y'all said no.
All right, we're either doing a beach day or a tunnel day. We need to pick.
I'll go
one.
down the tunnel. I
Okay,
don't care.
tunnel day. I guess.
I believe both need to be done. It is interesting that this tunnel leads seemingly further into the city and has not been explored yet, but also to get the key is our main objective. It, as you informed me, it seems we need a beach day.
Vorn, beach day or tunnel day for you? I'll go do beach day, but I guess it's up to you what you want to do.
Give me a second. Let me think about it.
Just remember. Never mind.
I know it is our main objective, but I'm also not thrilled about being at the beach and out in the sun.
I'm gonna kind of do a little squat, on the kind of the side of the wall of the sewer, and I'm going to cast.
You taking a shite?
Not quite.
Did I notice anything from Vorn when I mentioned being out in the sun?
Did he?
So right now, no. I'm just kind of lost in my thought and thinking about what I'm about to do. But I'm gonna contact Patron.
Oh, whoops.
Cast the- New patron. Kind of just like, yeah, like close my eyes, and as I cast it, the shadow kind of just does the same thing, where it kind of like slowly just starts to like fan out and get like more limbs kind of like sprout out of the sides of it, and it kind of seems to just like wrap me in its own shadow.
Sick.
My queen, we have much to do today for this mission. It's proven to be a bit difficult for reasons. Is it safe to venture on the outskirts of the city today?
Before, it was the sound of bones and, you know, somewhat of a disconnected feeling that didn't. It was, you know, it was a reaction to your question, more of a, you know, sensory response to what you were asking. This feels much different. You ask this question, and what you feel, and it almost speaks to the shadow, is an embrace, and it doesn't feel romantic. It feels maternal, and it feels warm, and it feels safe. in a way that you can barely remember ever feeling.
As I'm sitting here and casting this and just thinking this to myself and like speaking through like a mind to Lolth, you just kind of see like my face just kind of relax into like almost like a relief. But yeah, that's the question that I asked.
I look.
And-
I like lean over to Shetic, and I go, I think he is shitting. You see his face? It relaxed. I only do that over the toilet pot. I'm just watching Elliot.
I'm just grunting and shaking my head.
He's
I'm not
grunting, he's
having
taking a
it.
shit too.
Yeah, we're all just taking shits here. We're in a sewer.
Is the city going to be... Do you know if the city will be locked down for more than a week's time?
You feel the embrace withdraw, but not completely. And it gives you a sense of uncertainty.
Okay. Fuck, what should I ask? I don't know.
Ask her if she loves you.
Is this separate tunnel a possible path to one of these keys that we need for our mission?
You feel the embrace tighten again, not as strongly as before. This seems to be an affirmative answer, but also it's somewhere between uncertain and affirmative. We're going to break this down into like 6 different categories here.
So she takes one finger off, actually? Yeah, I mean, it's like, you could take that away, but it's like...
I'll tell you, you get the sense that it's not a direct route, but it is a route that could lead to a direct route in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Like you can go straight, or you can go right then left and straight. Take a moment. This mission. Is this something that would bring harm to you? Releasing Bane into this city.
You feel it doesn't withdraw or tighten. And I'll say in this moment, based on the question and what you know now, this, because I think, the way I see it is like even minute to minute, day to day, you're remembering more and more. And what you know, without even really needing a response to this question, is that Lolth is not really concerned with what happens up here to humans and things.
Neither am I.
She doesn't seem to have an issue with what you're doing.
I'll forego my last question. Just thank you, my queen.
And you feel the embrace tighten and then recede. And the arms of your shadow extend back and slowly top left goes, top right goes, until it's just your 2 arms.
Stand back up. It's safe outside the city.
So, beach day or tunnel day?
I vote beach day.
Beach day!
Look, above the table real quick. Thank God I'm traumatized of going anywhere near fucking water by myself.
Flashes of Kerberos.
You see 5 wizards just casting fireball at you on the roof.
Sorry, I just had like, I wanted you to make a decision before I said that, but like above table, like as a player, Jason, I am. Oof, I was not looking forward to being the only one down at the beach.
They would have been a lot quicker if they were fireballs.
Oh yeah, true. They're fire bullets. Yeah, my bad. Well, shall we start making my way that way towards the illusory wall?
So are we all going beach?
I think it best we not split up again.
Okay.
We're outside the city. There's no
Hey.
restrictions on us traveling together.
I think maybe we get our sands or whatever we're getting there, and maybe on our way back in, we'll go down the tunnel. I mean, we still have a good chunk of the day. I don't think it took us like hours to get turned down by guards.
Yeah, what is it,
30
like
feet
late
outside
morning
our
at this
door.
point?
I'd say, it took you moving, stealthily a little bit longer to get across the city. There was some conversation with guards. You've been down here talking for a bit. I would say it is probably around, like 11 to noon-ish.
I mean, plenty of time. It's not like the guards are going anywhere inside the city.
We'll come back and explore the sewer once we get our gifts for the goddess. All right,
Sounds
just
good.
kind of make
That's
my way
great.
towards the illusory wall and walk right through.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys pass through this familiar wall, the tunnel stretches out before you, starts in the paved stone masonry where you spent the night recently. But eventually, with roots hanging down from the ceiling, you make your way into what becomes a dirt path. And
Does it get harder
spend-
for me to walk on the ceiling with the roots, or can I easily avoid?
This is a very tight space. If you were walking on the ceiling, I mean, your head's going to be close to the ground.
Okay,
It's
then yeah, I
not
will,
much. This tunnel isn't much taller than Elliot or Vorn.
Yeah, then I will transfer to walking on the ground.
And you guys spend the next hour or so making your way through this rough-hewn tunnel. Turning curves to the left and makes a sharp turn around like what looks. You can see like a boulder sticking out of like what would have been the directly straight path that you have to like kind of work around, and that like people who made this tunnel had to work around as well. But eventually you come to a very rickety looking wooden ladder that leads into like a cylindrical opening that is covered.
While we're walking down, I want to ask Timber. Timber, you gave Elliot that bow to store for you. Do you not want that at all?
Yeah, I haven't decided if I want to use it. I can't figure out if it's any better than the bow that I have now. So,
One of those two bows, would you be willing to part with permanently?
what do you want to do with it?
Well, I was thinking, maybe not all of us need to be disguised, but 2 to 3 of us, and you could use that bow again to kill someone, be seen, and maybe we could plant the bow on somebody. Whoever you're disguised as, we could maybe plant the bow you don't want on them.
Yeah, that's a good call. I can get rid of the guardian bow.
I mean, and again, guys, just an idea. Throw out any other plan, like I'm not,
I'm with it.
Give me a magic bow. Fucking Godric all over again.
But if I'm down to go as small as killing one person and planting evidence to burning the entire slums to distract everybody while we summon our guy.
Start walking or climbing up the ladder up through and pop the lid on the. Actually, can I listen through the tree stump lid and see if I hear any person or creature above.
Yeah, make a perception check.
A straight roll, because I am not in sunlight.
All right, I just remembered.
8.
Are we gonna have to fight a
Nice.
banshee again?
That was during the night, so we'll see. Hold on, be quiet. I'm trying to listen.
With an 8, you just hear Bojack chatting. You can't fucking hear anything.
I just pop the lid open and like peek out.
The immediate area looks to be clear. It's a beautiful early or like late morning here in the forest of Cormanthor.
Go ahead and crawl out. We're clear.
Oh, yeah. And I go up the ladder.
Does anybody have anything disposable where we can find our way back here? Incredible tracking skills.
I'm good at survival.
Yeah, I am too. I'm a ranger.
Tim pulls out a magic bow and just sets it there. We'll use this as a marker. I mean, we got. If he is a ranger, I mean.
Yeah, I have woodcarver's tools. I can carve images in the tree bark, like arrows that point to our direction.
If you want to, you can.
Entrance
Or at the very
here.
least, just
Entrance
remember,
here. Yeah.
don't go this way. We're going that way.
Timber was here.
Well, if you like, at the very least, just try to keep an eye out for which way we're going. Can we get a general idea of like which way the city is, right? Like when we went through the tunnel.
Yeah, you guys are definitely to the west of the city, and here in the daylight, I would say you still can't see it. You're a little far out to have any kind of line of sight. You think maybe like if you climbed a tree or found some like higher ground, possibly you'd be able to see far enough to see exactly how far out you are. But you know that you moved west,
I want
and you
to.
know the forest is over there as well.
I want to climb a tree. I have this fucking scroll I used on myself. I want to use it to try to determine where we are
Okay.
and like make a just some way, like even if it's in just like where the sun is in the sky and I'm calculating the time and I know which general direction we went. Like I don't know.
As he's up there calculating, I just want to like casually walk up the tree next to him and get in his ear.
That's fine, dude. I'm climbing.
What are you doing?
Fucking climbing, dude.
So what are you looking for? Are you like looking back towards the east to see if you can see the city or what?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna look back towards the east and see if I see the city, and then while I'm looking, I want to see like look south and see if I can see like where the trees break, like where the coast might be or something.
You can, and I would say without, I mean, you're up there, so you can see the city of High Moon on the other side of quite a bit of more wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, you know, it's kind of in your mind's eye, it's like a small, you know, kind of city in the distance is what it kind of gives you the vibe of. And as you look to the south, you can see that the trees break, and it looks pretty close to the coastline.
Okay, cool.
You don't think there's a lot of distance in this section, like if looking directly to your south, like there's not a lot of space between where the trees break and the ocean begins.
Looking up at Shetic and leaning down towards Bojack. His arms are getting a little shaky.
Nah.
Can't guarantee it won't hurt, but I'll catch him if he falls.
I've already fallen like 40 feet once.
That branch doesn't look very strong. Watch out.
Shut up, I got this. I'm like
again,
getting I'm coming-
right in his ear. Do you got this?
I mean,
I'm
it's
just standing on the trunk.
certainly like something that I think we've all experienced is like I climb this tree and always getting back down is way more of a bitch than going up. And so like I'm kind of shaky holding on to trees. Like as I reach my foot down, you see like my foot shake. Like I'm a fucking wizard, dude.
As you guys, well, at least as you, Shetic, make your way.
Oh, I'm
Back
following
down.
like right above him, and every time he's like trying to like decide on a branch to
step on if it's gonna hold on. I was like, are you sure that's the right one? Are you sure that's a good option?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you see the coast?
Yep, we're really close.
Perfect.
You're not that close. I mean, you're a couple miles. You'd say probably a couple miles from the tree line to the
I mean,
south.
we're a couple miles close to the south. I mean, that's still not that bad. Like, a couple miles, come on. Could be worse.
Well,
While I was up there, did I see, like, any landmark or anything, like a hill or a clearing or anything, like any landmark that I could maybe be on the lookout for to get back to our stump?
Not really. It looked like a pretty consistent forest. Hard to kind of like see like clearings with the a lot of the trees being kind of the same height and like from a distance, it's a little difficult to tell. Not much elevation change. It looks like it is a little like you'd be descending in altitude slightly as you make your way down to the coast naturally, but not a lot of markers out here in the wild.
I'm just going to drop down from the last branch and timber. Maybe you need to carve some trees. Just don't do anything too obvious.
Okay. I just go to like the bottom of the tree, like right at a root sticking out, and I just carve in a line, and it would kind of look like a D with a dash through it, showing a bow.
Okay. Sick.
And then just like cover it up with some leaves and stuff.
Perfect. The best markers are covered markers.
I know which ones to look for.
well, let's try to make our way straight out of the forest, and then we can go south. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Get to walking.
You guys make your way south through the forest. Taking a little longer as timber stops every. How often are you doing this, Timber?
I would say maybe every. I'm pretty confident in my tracking skills in the woods, so I'd say like every 50 feet or so.
Okay, so yeah, every 50 feet, pretty frequently, over the course of a couple miles, he's stopping and making these small, and he's quick with it, but it still takes you just a little bit longer to make your way through as a group. If any one of you could roll D20, except not Shetic or whoever did the other one.
I'll roll.
Man, that scroll went to waste. It'd be like that, though.
Natural
Wow.
20.
How did you also get in that?
Oh my god.
we play a digital dice, guys.
What's happening?
No shit. Though.
We're wasting them all now, though.
Is it really that much of a waste?
I need it when I'm about to die.
As you are walking along, Vorn, you guys have made it about halfway to the edge of the woods, and you feel something. You step on something. It's like in a little patch of leaves, but there's something under the leaves. And you reach down and like, the fuck was that? And you find a coin purse.
Would you look at that? I'll pick it up and kind of just while we're walking, kind of open it up and like kind of flatten it on my hand and just kind of like skim through it.
Yeah, it's got 7 gold and 3 silver in it.
I'll just kind of drawstring it, tie it up, and thanks for your help. And I'll throw it over to Timber.
And I'm just like, you just found this on the ground?
Yeah.
It was just lying there?
Where's the body?
And do you want it or not?
I don't want it.
You don't want it.
I don't want it.
I'll take it. I could use 7 gold.
That is an easy way to get set into a trap. I would not have picked that up if I was you. But yeah, here, you can have it.
All right. I'll just open it up, pour the gold into Shetic's hand, and just kind of throw the purse.
Sick.
Shetic, you hear of what? No, I'm just kidding.
Burn the slab.
A new
Return the
hand
slab.
touches the
I was just
beacon.
gonna say a new hand touches the beacon.
No.
No, that's a nat 20 coin purse. And
Yeah, it's
as
come
you
up.
guys make your way now through
Sick.
the second half, second mile here through the forest, should be one person left who hasn't rolled a d20.
I can say, is it
two.
me or is it
There's two
I
people.
haven't. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
two
it's
of us.
between you two.
Timber? Do you want to do the honors or should I?
20.
All right,
Mr. Tracking Man.
I'll do it.
All right, come on.
Come on, brother. Fourth time's the charm.
12.
Oh shit.
Okay. Broke the streak.
With a 12, you certainly aren't finding any gold pouches, but that is above the DC for just a straight 20 roll. So you guys are able, and it's a nice day. Birds are chirping. About a quarter of the way through the second mile, you see a really nice moment with a buck and some fawns that are grazing on a patch of grass over there, just out of bow distance from you. You see a small creek that expands down into a nice waterfall as you pass, and as members of the Black Hand, you don't really appreciate it the way you should. And nevertheless, though, after another half hour to 45 minutes, you guys are approaching now the line of the trees. You can see it's thinning out as you get towards the edge, and you can see and now hear the waves crashing maybe 500 yards from the edge of the tree line.
I'm the
Man,
I'm gonna be
guys,
the-
do you remember that river? Would have been a great place to dump a body.
be like the last one out of the trees, just kind of preparing myself to step out of this shaded area into the sunlight. God, I don't want to do this.
Neither do I, but it's gotta be done. I kind of just tuck my hood a little bit further down.
I take note of that mentally.
There you go, you fucking asshole.
Damian will remember this.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll follow him.
Yeah, and you're out of the trees. There's a small kind of grassy area that leads up to eventually a sandy beach, and low, it's not surf waves. It's just a gentle rolling tide.
You have those bottles still?
I'm kind of the sun is out, it's bright. I'm kind of shielding myself, oh, this is terrible. Turn to him and give him a nod.
We'll give one here.
I'll pull one out, hand it over.
I'll scoop up some sand in it and cork it.
I'm
Put it in
watching
my
these.
satchel.
I'm watching essentially what's these two just dudes who absolutely hate being out here on the beach so awkwardly fucking maneuver gathering up some sand.
Just
And
jeans and
just
tennis
stepping
shoes and a
over.
hat, just not
Yeah,
beach people.
I'm picturing that
straight in.
kid from the bench warmers, the one that hates the sun, trying to gather some sand at the beach, and I love this.
I walk, since he's getting the sand, I walk straight into the water and completely submerge myself and stay there for a minute out of the sun. This is nice. And then I take the cork off the vial, let it fill with water before replacing it, and give it another minute, and then come back out.
Okay.
He was in there a
And
long
you can
time.
Add a vial of salt water to your inventory.
Hey, I'm impressed. Damian, you didn't, burst into flames or something for crossing running water.
Do you think maybe we also need to gather some sand, since it's where land and sea meet? Maybe we
Yeah.
have to mix them?
Yeah, I got the sand.
Okay.
I'm no longer a full vampire. Running water has no effect on me currently.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa!
magic is wild.
Just oh.
Well,
Oh, that's funny.
while we're out here, do you want to check out the shipyard? And for any
Yeet.
specific reason?
Silver barbs and bells and other silver shit.
The Silver Tide shipyard?
Yeah. See, I knew it was something.
Is it? Do you think it has something to do with the getting the key, or are you just interested in the name, you little one?
No, I actually do think it might be worth a key or two. It might have like an actual item that's supposed to fit in that fucking stupid freaking box thing.
I'll vouch for the little one. I think he might be onto something with that.
So,
I mean, we already have to go
a
to other
deposit
stupid
made
places.
our mother's medal of barbs and bells and the fear of devils was the
Yeah, see, so it's a
plaque.
cross or something with thorns and a bell on top. It's got to be in the shipyard.
I think it's just referring to silver.
Yeah, I mean,
Was there anything else
I don't know.
in the area? You said there was... I forget exactly what you told me. You said there were statues. You said there was deposit boxes.
so I got the mirrors.
Yeah, so there was a base on one side,
There were the
like
mirrors.
deposit box on the other. There are two mirrors, and then there's like a statue in the center, and it looked like you could move the mirrors because there's cranks at the base of the mirrors.
Well, maybe that's why it didn't work when you put the silver in. You have to crank the mirror into position.
You couldn't crank the mirrors. I tried.
Yeah, there was no cranking.
Shetic and Bojack both make a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Okay.
Yep.
I got a 13.
I got a 2.
Nice.
I'll say with a 13. What did you put in the box exactly?
Just like a silver coin was the only thing. I didn't have any, so I got a silver from Shetic.
I would say that you, in this moment, may consider that a single silver maybe did not meet the requirement of the deposit, and you don't think necessarily that the coin was incorrect. It is silver, but perhaps it wasn't enough.
I was just say, yeah, you see this dawning like look of horrified realization, and he just shouts, "Shite! I'm too broke to figure it out."
I mean, I guess we already have the plan for Damian Silver to put in the box.
We
I
could
was like,
use that.
I got 5 more gold or silver pieces from the murder man. Stupid
have-
hoity-toity elf.
A little bit of silver myself, so we can try just more. And then these components, I gesture towards the sand and the seawater. Look, I don't want to stop you if you want to check out the shipyard. We have time to kill at this point. Can't really do a whole lot in the city of walking around.
Well,
I like smacked myself in the forehead, and I'm like, no, Shetic's right. I've been overthinking this. I just needed to pay more. Like all good things in life, it can be solved with money.
so while we're out here beaching and walking and shit,
Each day.
has anybody else come up with any other plan for maybe getting the heat off of the city?
Can we
Or
see
are we-
the shipyard from where we're at?
You're a couple miles, but I will say once you've now gotten to the coast, I don't think you can see the shipyard, but just in the very far distance, you can see like the walls of the city.
Okay.
But I will say, looking down that way, there's not a lot of like the forest ends before you get to the city, and there's not a lot of cover on the coast.
Just in like the kind of like just scanning the horizon there, do we see like a lot of like the kind of battalions of troops that we saw like walking around the city? Do you see any kind of like patrolling around outside the city?
Make a perception check.
All right. God, I'm fucking at disadvantage too. I've rolled a 2, so yeah, 2 or 6.
You can't tell from here.
Looks fine outside the city, but again, unless there's something else you need, maybe we can make our way back and explore the other side of that sewer. Again, I don't want to stop you from what you want to do, but I don't see any reason to be here.
I
Also-
just thought it was a silver thing, silver woman, silver god. It made sense to me back then.
It's also a really long walk, and it kind of sucks out here right now. I just kind of pull my hood back over to like one of my ears that kind of fell out while I was like bending down getting sand.
We could also go to the tavern above our sewer. Well, that one's closed, but
We could open it. It could be our tavern.
Start a
no.
new life.
No. No.
Start a new life.
I don't think
we
that's how
could-
deeds work.
We could go find one or two people that potentially could be our murderers that get caught.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so make our way back to the sewer, explore, end up at the Rancid Rat. I could even pop the Sanctum there if we need to.
I think
And
that
then-
may be the idea.
All right, let's get back. Let me know if you guys see any more gold pouches in the ground.
I'm still wondering where the body went.
Wait, which body?
It was a sparrow carried it.
That's the joke, is we didn't see a body
okay.
or anything. We just found a gold pouch. Someone's obviously dead.
A bird carried it and dropped it.
Oh, an African or European swallow.
There you go.
A swallow, yeah.
Everybody make a
Wait,
perception check for me.
11.
I got a 10.
19.
6.
Timber and Damian, as the conversation shifts to birds, and you're kind of making your way now uphill so that your line of sight is kind of towards the sky. Anyway, the two of you notice something. About 200 feet above you in the sky is a group of what looks like 3 black birds just kind of circling you guys in the sky as you're walking back up.
Circling us specifically?
Looks that
or
way.
Just circling.
What are you looking at?
Yes, what's around? Did you find something?
Yeah, there's
Fuck was
something
that?
going on up there.
It's a bit curious. There's 3 birds circling us above.
Are they circling us specifically?
It appears that way.
It appears. I thought the same question.
Well, speak up.
Timber, take him out of the sky. I bet you can do it.
You think I can shoot one of these birds from here?
I bet.
I try.
Wait,
What's your range on your longbow?
I think it's.
150.
Oh, really? I thought it was 300. It's only 150.
600 is the longest it can go. 150.
Okay, so roll an attack roll with your bow at disadvantage,
Mm-hmm.
because that's outside of your normal range.
Unless you have sharpshooter.
Y'all, we're about to like summon
Do you
these
have
birds
sharpshooter?
right on us.
Oh, I do not.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 15 to hit.
Damn.
As you guys hear the arrow and the fletching pass through the wind straight up. Dodges it. And then moves back into the circle. And if you move, they move, but they are not breaking formation.
Okay, I fucking
I'm
hate
gonna look
that.
around to see if anyone is headed towards us.
Yeah, I want to take
Um,
a look around as well.
yeah, as you guys kind of glance around here, as, you know, still slowly making your way up to the tree line, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna try again.
I'd
That
like
was
to
a fluke.
actually. I'd like to like hide and start trying to make myself less seen.
So yeah, Bojack, you kind of like, you know, dwarves can sprint. So you sprint, you know, the rest of the way to the tree line, and you're just kind of like looking back out and up at the sky from under the cover of these trees at the edge of the wood.
Did like any of them break off when I sprinted forward, or?
That's a great question. I think that the circle just kind of widened.
Okay.
And there's only the 3 of them?
That's a bit curious.
This fucking sucks, guys. I hate it.
I wonder
The
if
sky
this
is
some
too
kind of
open
sentry.
right now.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I wonder if we're being watched right now. Well, how
Oh,
high
you
does it look
think?
like they are?
You would guess like around 200 feet.
Oh,
Shit.
I was gonna say I'd
Are
stop
the rest of you
looking.
making your way into the trees, or are you guys just kind of standing still, staring at the sky?
I'm gonna
Into
make
the
our way to the
trees.
trees. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, sure. I'll make my way in.
Get
So
out
you guys
from out
make
here.
your way into the trees, and the canopy kind of starts to block your vision to see these birds in the sky. But yeah, now that you are all in the tree line, anything you'd like to do here?
I
I'm
want to
going
climb
up.
a
Start making
tree.
your way back.
Yeah, I'm going up a tree to try and see. Like, I don't want to be seen by the birds. I still want to stay like within the branches and leaves of
Like
the
a
trees.
canopy.
Yeah, but I want to go up far enough to where I can try and look up above the canopy to see if they're still above us or.
Yeah, you're able to spider climb right up the tree, and you get to kind of the base of where like the thickest part of like the canopy at the top of these trees is, and you kind of peel a couple of the leaves back just enough to get like a eye line, and they are above you directly.
I'll send a message up to Damian. Are they still there? You can reply.
I respond directly above us.
Do I know anything about like using animals to spy birds or anything?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, would this follow under like my amulet at all?
Let me look. I have the
It
character sheet open.
says divination spells or perceive through magical scrying. Unless
I mean, I'd say at this stage you don't know because you don't know what's going on exactly.
I'm gonna
It
use
could be any number of
inspiration
things.
for that. 27.
So on a 27 on Arcana, you absolutely know that there are magic users that can see through familiars. You know that people and not people, but different other kinds of arcane beings can shapeshift, polymorph, and you have no way of knowing
Mm-hmm.
what of these things is happening. I would say it's pretty curious that they seem to be following you and circling you. Not typical Crow behavior or blackbird behavior.
Y'all crow away.
I don't think leading them back to our entrance is the best move.
Up in the trees, how far are they from me now?
It seems like they rose in response. It seems that they are intentionally staying out of a certain range from you guys.
Say I was gonna cast message to try to talk to one, see if it's what's going on, but it's out of range.
Okay, so we're in the trees. What if we just like split up into two groups and we took off in opposite directions and like circled around?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I hide and take off, do you think they'll see me?
Timba, you and I had the same idea. It's worth a try.
Let's do it. Let's take off.
Well, hold
Well-
on. Let's follow the. Everybody, just follow the markers back if we're gonna split up, so we can get to where we're going.
Okay.
I just
I
don't want
think-
to lose anybody.
I think we need to maybe carve some more markers as we separate to throw off anybody who might be following them besides us.
Or maybe we can just all try to duck and hide in I don't want to stop you guys from doing what you want to do. I just don't want to get split up in these fucking
Yeah.
woods.
Splitting up in the woods is a lot different than splitting up in a market district.
Yeah, but the damnable birds.
As you guys are discussing this, Damian, you see it first. These birds begin to dive. And you see them, one by one, break through the canopy, wings pressed to their body as they come down through the trees and kind of still circling where you're at. Each one of these crows lands on the ground, and the one in the middle looks up at you guys, and you just see one of its eyes dangling by the cord that attaches eyeballs to brains, and it's just kind of hanging down, and it looks up at you and goes, "Ah!" And that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
Oh,
What?
I fucking hate that so much.
gross, no.
The fuck is that? That's crazy.
Dead bird, dude. Somebody maybe freaking brought that bird back to life and is like spying on us. That's the only thing I could think. I don't know.
That's going to do it for tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and follow us at Side21 TV on socials. We would love to connect with you there. Join up on the Discord, and we will see you next time at Side21. Have a wonderful evening.